Get ready to rumble! Bring the noise!
Of blood, sweat, and tears, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Dum da 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 dum da 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 da. The Grand Finals of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo! Players are about to face off one final time in order to decide who gets to wear the crown of Bingo Champion. You all know the drill by now. Souls and characters are 1 point, graffitis are 3, and a bingo will secure you with an additional 2 points. Whew! My heart ain't pounded like this since my first date. I was so nervous that Wait, what do you mean I've already told this story on the air? Ah, fine, whatever. It's showtime! Do me proud, Rudies. It's time for the Grand Finals of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Grand Finals of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. After weeks of fighting, it all comes down to this. 7th Ace and Fatal Rock from Team Fatale versus John and Misk from Team Puma. Two teams featuring a Bingo Titan and their Season 7 apprentice, fighting it out to see who will reign victorious. And back in the day, Ace and John were teammates. All the way back in Season 3. 4 seasons on, we'll find out who will reign victorious. And back in the day, Ace and John were teammates. All the way back in Season 3. 4 seasons on, we'll find out if the student has truly become the master. But let's not waste any time and get right into the games. Kicking off commentary today is the duo that can't remember how to write 1, 1000, 51, 6 and 500 in Roman numerals, and I am livid. It's Ace Bats and Shovel Claws.
I'm gonna be real, we had a conversation earlier about how I'd pre-record the intros so nothing bad could happen. But here we are, Grand Finals, Shovel, we're here.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! This is gonna be a crazy matchup. It's been a wild season. I don't know going into the season if I would have expected the two new players to make it to Grand Finals. But here we are! I think this is a JSRF bingo first. It's ridiculous. It's kind of awesome. The season's been great.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. It was worth rigging that last match so that Fatale would win. Like,
so true.
Absolutely great narrative we got going on here today.
I mean, I think it's a better one that they beat us, if I'm being honest.
I mean, ultimately, just two great teams. I mean, you don't get to the Grand Finals without fighting hard, you know. I'm
Exactly.
really looking forward to seeing Ace and John, Fatal Rock and Misk, just watching them both go head to head. And
It's gonna
well, we've got
be
this
a
board.
wild match.
Yeah. I mean, a wild match with a wild board. I mean, they are about to have a gander. So let's
Oh,
use this
boy.
minute wisely.
Yeah, so
We got
this one is
Hikage,
pretty balanced, all
Mm,
things considered.
bit of everything.
Yeah, a good one to start us off. But I think the interesting fight here is going to be over Highway Zero. Highway Zero has two defaults, both very fast. Trash Pit into Left Alley, super fast to just get them back to back with the Death Warp, and Graffiti. So I'll be curious if we see a graffiti race, or if one person goes for the 2 souls and leaves to some of the other strong dark side stuff. We have some Sky Dino, some STPPP, PPPP. Quite a lot of very fast Shibuya stuff. I will not be surprised at all to see Ace and John probably go head to head in Shibuya, and I know John's has his eyes popping out of his head like a wooga, big hard eyes at this board right now.
I think Hikage is going to be another interesting fight though, because you've got that like center floating, which is always a yeah. People just tend to go for it off the bat, but you know, maybe they go for air 4 as well. Maybe they don't. Maybe they try and scare others off. Oh, we're seeing Fatal Rock and Misk. Oh, ooh, both going in the same direction.
That's not what I expected.
Meanwhile, Ace and John are in different areas. So all eyes on Fatal and Misk right now, really. Like, oh, are they doing different things? It looks like to be the case. So Shibuya top of burst. John's fist bumping the air right now.
Showing emotions a little bit now.
Yeah.
Fato's actually going straight to platform above Cops 2. And he'll be ahead of Misk. Misk going for tape for grind 10 in RDH. So gonna trade 1-to-1 in RDH real fast. It makes sense that above Cops 2 is the priority here. You have the potential row 5. Sewer's entrance though is going to be very important, and Misk, unfortunately, a little bit slower to it because he jumps up to the top here, and some slower movement down the stair is gonna... See, this is the really interesting thing about two newer players in this kind of matchup, going head-to-head especially, is we're gonna see who has more refined movement over the course of their time with the game. And right now it looks like it's gonna be Fatal Rock. We'll see, don't want to say too early entrance, all things considered.
Sewer's entrance to Fatal Rock, and then
Sewer's entrance.
Pause 1 to 2 if Fatal can continue.
Sniped.
And that's a snipe
by
as
2
well.
seconds. I guess 3 technically, if we're
And
looking at the numbers.
Misk giving up on that. So Misk going for tape, it looks like. Meanwhile, floor 1 to 2, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, you know, neck and neck on point. I mean, I'm still kind of like John and Ace being in 2 separate spots entirely. But Ace does have Highway Zero graffiti. That's, you know, that's kind of the quintessential graffiti square if you just want to get a nice quick triple pointer. And, you know, a few defaults like you said. There's a lot of stuff in Highway Zero.
Yeah, honestly,
I mean,
the
we're
big
kind
winner
of
so
seeing the
far, I
board
feel like,
build
is
itself
actually
out.
Fatal. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
Fatal
Ace is
got those
completely
early
uncontested.
points.
That's the big thing. Like,
Fatal, no.
oh, hit Cucumber real fast. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just hit Cucumber. Okay, I'm looking at
I'm
John
looking
right
away.
now, back in Shibuya Terminal. Bit of performance anxiety. There we go. Fatal's got it now that I looked away. Meanwhile,
Ooh, we're
Ace
seeing
is
something interesting.
Trash Pit. Oh, what?
Yeah, Trash Pit. Misk is starting RDH Graph.
Interesting.
I like this
mean,
play a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to need to get a graffiti to counterbalance the other graffiti, so, you know, it doesn't hurt.
Exactly.
Though whether or not it's... Because what I'm seeing right now is, okay, the good news is John is going to get Shibuya Tricks 25, unless, I don't know, Explosion. Unlock Soda's or Dogen, platform down the hill. There is a bit of a bingo threat going on here. And Ace leaving Highway Zero, we're going to see if Puma are going to commit to a bait there. I mean, it does force them to go into Dogen, but there are 2 squares, so it's not the end of the world.
Look at this Dogen race right now. John's gonna go into Dogen, basically half a lap ahead because Fatal's going for right of street. And when Fatal picks up right of street, they can
John's like, I got this.
Isolated platform is theirs. This really threatens that row 4 in response. And honestly, both of these are kind of baits. It's kind of crazy.
So what I'm liking here, though, is while Misk is still doing RDH, we do have a benefit. This is still a decent scenario for Ace, because Ace is still in Dark Side. If John treks all the way to Highway 0, there is a bingo there, but it is a very long trek, from Dogenzaka Hill. I guess it's also kind of a bit of a trek for Misk. Like, Highway 0 is one of those places where you just don't want to be travelling that far. Fatal in that awkward position where he's currently trailing behind John, but ultimately it's still looking okay. I mean, it's basically neck and neck still, and it's mostly just how long this graffiti is going to take. But Misk opting to go into the sewers.
This is really smart from Misk.
Kibo?
I was just about to say, don't turn around. Oh, okay, he's turning around.
Never mind.
The really smart play here is to commit for these Kogane souls. It has the most points on the board. You do need John to try to secure this bingo. I think that's the big play right now is John needs to get Soda. And Ace is in Sky Dino, so you have plenty of time to do that. Just to increase the points to win, strictly speaking.
Yeah.
While, like the path to victory here is playing positionally. And Misk is really spending quite a long time on this graffiti route, 3 minutes and 30 seconds so far on this RDH route. But I'm not super sure how worth it'll be now, especially that Fatal is going to Kogane deeper into sewers. Well, we might see, he's just going straight for presumably points and special, and that's gonna straight out lock out this game. I really liked the bail play from Misk there, honestly, but unfortunately did not commit to it fully. Decided to just go out for RDH. I feel like, playing in the role of Fatal here, or Fatale, I guess I should call them, you can almost be assured that RDH is almost fully completed by them. So partialing it, I think, makes a lot of sense here if you need those extra points to win in Kogane there. That's really your only advantage.
But while you were talking, I had one question on my mind, and is Ace going to go into Highway 0? Because John did have the advantage getting in there. It was, pretty good, and Ace just not fussed about the bingo threat at all. There's
not at all.
The graffiti you've got to commit to. The bingo is a commitment all the way in the back as far back as you can possibly go in Dark Side, right? So Ace just has kind of free reign to do whatever she wants, as long as that's not the Kokudai Heights graffiti. But I feel like it's going to be quite Fatal going for the climb.
There's no universe Ace goes anywhere near RDH graph. Ace is,
it's going to be marked
really quite
momentarily
excellent.
Anyway.
That's
Here we
true.
go.
Ace is really quite excellent at figuring out these really kind of strange in-game scenarios. John being all the way in Dark Side where only 2 points exist. Oh my lord! To lock in this bingo, all you need to do is counter bingo, and the point increase from John's bingo doesn't even really matter. Misk is leaving Kogane. I mean, not that it super matters,
Sure?
but okay, turning back around, we're fine. Realizes what's important here. Unfortunately, it's too little, too late, and this first game solidly looks like it's going to go to Team Fatale.
I mean, it's notably right now it's 2 points for Puma to win, which is really significant. Just Churo and SDPP points would be enough.
The win condition here is really tricky to spot, but Misk sees it. He goes Kibo. This is really smart from Misk, actually. Oh, this might turn the game. Because I think it's safe to assume that since SDPP didn't get marked, that you can pretty safely assume there's some sort of Kibo co-op here. John going for points 110, and then whoever has the advantage to Chuo, I think is gonna win. This is gonna be really strange. We'll see if someone goes into Kibo. But yeah, Misk hitting this stall launch to Green Tunnel, honestly, might be better. It might give him some time to kind of bait one of them into Kibo.
I mean,
which drags them away from Chuo.
Well, no, as soon as lower platform under Wise is marked, that's it unless John dies. Like, John is 2 points to win for Puma.
But the bingo increases it again.
Oh wait, where's the bingo? Oh,
row 5. Why do you think he's climbing the 100-meter room?
Oh god, yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Is
say the word bingo
in-game
more.
scenarios.
Come on, this is
okay,
great.
My bad.
Chuo. If Ace can go to
and
Chuo.
Ace is getting out ahead to Chuo. This is crazy. This is a crazy game. What the hell? This is game 1.
Let's see. Where does
it's gonna be a mad dash to Chuo
again? It's not a hard spot, right?
Grind 10 is in the canal, so if you can co-op this, in theory, whoever co-ops it better wins. This is very strange, but
Ace is going to be first into Chuo by far. Fatal Rock is going to be trailing behind somewhat, but with Ace being able to get the tape, and John, I think, is coming through 99, so isn't going to be too far behind. But I think, given the fact that Ace will have tape, as soon as Fatal Rock gets in, as soon as Fatal Rock's in there, Fatal can just beeline it to the canals. Meanwhile, Misk has to do the whole kind of trip, and John is trailing behind Fatal Rock. I mean, it is a mad dash. Last point. Last square on game 1. That is insane.
I mean, it's a sign that, like, this game alone, you could watch and assume that these two teams are playing in grand finals, Like, and, this entire season has been full of games that are just nuts. Like, just complete nonsense constantly. And this is one of those games, and I think this season really speaks to the level of play that everyone's at. Like, this, I don't think happens in Season 3, even if John and Ace are teamed, Yeah, no,
it's
really impressive.
I mean, Misk and John have the strat down. They're doing a good co-op, but Fatal Rock is already in canals. That is the last square, 17 to 16. God damn, the counter bingos as well, like flipping. The girls are fighting.
Ridiculous. I think this game is really interesting to analyze from a win condition perspective, because the win condition here for Puma was so close. It was just within reach. The play that they need to do is, I think John needs to pre-unlock SDVP and then go Chuo, and Misk has to pick up SDPP points? I don't know. It's getting real funky.
I'm not paid enough to understand bingo strategy. It's too complicated.
Hey, that's why you brought me in, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. That board was a mad dash at the start. I really thought the solo Shibuya would have been the nail in the coffin there early game, but Fatal just beat out Misk to everything in Kogane. So Misk, I think the only point that Misk got, only 2 points in that game, or 3 points were Grind, Kibo, Under Wires, and then RDH Grab. Boom. Just that easy.
I mean, that was absolutely fantastic square prioritization as well, that game. But yeah, we've got board 2. The
Or
Shibuya
2.
show.
Oh boy.
I mean, ultimately, here's another kind of. It's weird. You've got kind of the 1296. If I'm reading those numbers correctly. So you've obviously got quite a bit in Shibuya Cho. Shibuya Graffiti is a classic, quick one. Kogane is good. Ben 10, you don't want to be caught in there. Like, there's some good stuff in 99th that's easy and quick to get, but you don't want to go all the way fast to Sky Dino, in my mind.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit? I actually really like Benton here. From if you do a specifically Benton Kogane split, because that controls everything on this board, and I think it's very unlikely that someone goes Benton off the split.
So what do you think you're going to see one person go Shibuya?
Board. Yeah, I definitely think this is like a 2-player Shibuya Kogane split, but I really I really don't think Benton is that bad if you're alone and the other person on your team manages to not get sniped. Like, for our 2 new players, I think this offers a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, I reckon Ace and Fatale are going to split off right off the bat, Kogane Benten, based on what you said. That's my vibe right now. John going Shibuya Cho, maybe. Or, no. Ooh? No?
John missed going Kogane and Darkside. Let's
go.
go. Oh, there.
And it's John versus Ace and Kogane.
Yeah, and Fatale's completely alone in Shibuya. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna have anyone alone in Shibuya, having a newer player who can't pick up those souls as fast as someone like John or Ace
Dogan to begin
is
with.
who you want. Like, this is excellent from Puma, I think. John saw no Shibuya defaults.
There we go, there's the first square. We got the second square.
Oh, this is going to be such an interesting game, just right off the rip. I really want to see how this opening goes.
There it is. Oh, and Ace going for a different RDH square, so it's... Oof.
Going for air. I would be really, really expecting a FRZ rush. Air into points 40k is really smart, but Air 8 offers really, really strong threats for Fatale. We'll see where John goes in order to potentially block that threat, or if he sees this coming. In grand finals, you got to see a few sneaky things coming like this, but...
Oh, yeah. I'm just...
And straight to FRZ, boom!
Ooh. Okay, so we've got Ace and Sewers nearly 15 seconds behind, so it is going to be very important where Ace goes from here. Especially since she knows that Rokokida Heights Grind 10 was available for John, so bottom points, they're in different areas, which is good. Though obviously it all comes down to getting as many points as possible. Let's see what we're doing in Shibuya. Got... Ooh, was that Tricks? Do I remember Tricks correctly? I think I do. And shockingly not pre-spraying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see like the call for Shibuya Ref, but like I think the fear here is that John goes Shibuya after RDH and just starts spraying. To give some sort of contest to Shibuya side stuff, but it's not what we're gonna see. We're gonna see John do Tricks 100 Air 8, while Ace gets bottom point, just 2 really fast souls in Special and Catwalk PJ Room 3. No sexy fish to be done.
Don't need it. Just a nice quick queen in and out. Meanwhile, Fedorok is kind of just doing whatever. I mean, we've got Chuo, Grind, 10 and Bright Canal just up for grabs.
Rare bingo game where no one is contested to anything they're doing.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. This is
a bingo game that lives and dies on who made the right call.
Yeah, and we're gonna see Misk start leaving Darkside now, it appears. Maybe picking up Light Wall Ride. I think Light Wall Ride to maybe start threatening the row 5 could be okay. I mean, not great, but maybe. We'll see.
I'm thinking like Allride, depending on what their priorities are right now, might be a bit of a tricky one. Because you can go get it and you get a point, but you then also have to do the whole rigmarole to get out 99th. And yeah, it looks like Allride's just not being grabbed at this
Not
moment in
important
time.
enough. Yeah,
What's
this
in
is
show?
the part where
Special?
Benton starts hurting.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm surprised that Federer's going for that.
This doesn't super surprise me. Like it's not anything important on the board, but Fatal is uncontested, has plenty of time.
True.
The interesting part here is, will 7th Ace start spraying Shibuya Graph? And she sure will. We'll see if a co-op Shibuya comes out in response from Puma. That'll be dire.
Yeah, I mean, I can see kind of Ace did the good strat where, you know, you kind of jump up on the bus to start the initial. John misses it as well. Misk was trying to get that.
Everyone's missing on top of us.
Oh, no, I mean, Ace got it first try. It was as far as I saw anyway. Like, so
sorry, Ace beat my team, so I don't really see.
Okay, yeah.
I pay attention to the better players, you know.
Yeah. So we've actually got a problem here for Ace, because even with like an advantage, I don't think she can outpace 2 players in Shibuya Terminal. It's such like a powerful co-op route if you can do it right. But she
already
is in a position, I think, to get 13 platforms. No. We won, as they say.
That would have been such a sick like multi-unlock. That would have been actually so cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, the graph route is basically almost finished for Puma, but yeah, I mean, it's
looking
close.
Great,
it's really close. Well, we'll definitely see what color lights up. I mean, who knows? We could be very surprised.
It looks like it's going to be Puma, unless they just can't remember what's left to spray. But
they're missing
surely
some sprays.
that's not
Yeah, I don't know.
They're bumping into each other.
Oh, they don't know. They have
Oh, they don't know.
Oh my god, they don't know. Oh my god. Fatale pulls ahead in this game, 12-6, only 2 points to go, and they're splitting straight Hikage and Dogen. That's gonna wrap it up. How ridiculous.
13 platforms,
are we
maybe?
just doing 13 platforms for fun? Okay, we're just styling on them. Okay,
or maybe a Dogen from a garage. But damn,
the Chad plays to do sewers, points, and special.
True. Or just go into
it's the safest board.
Hell with it, right? 1 point to win.
Right? Man, what a all hinged on Shibuya Graffiti. Kind of what I expected, honestly. Like, having Shibuya Graph be the only graph on this board. Honestly, it lasted a lot longer than I thought it would have. I honestly thought, like, John would just head straight into Shibuya for the graph, but that's game 2.
I mean, I feel bad for Puma there, because, like, that was such a strong play. They had the advantage, they had it on lock, and presumably the communication of who does what just fell apart, whereas Fatale, the communication was there. Like, Fatal did a few sprays,
clean co-op
presumably
route,
knew exactly which sprays they were, knew what was left, no problem, just wrapped it all up, and that really just turned the game in one single square. My opinion.
Yep.
If those 3 points went to Puma, it would have, shaken things up a bit. But
yeah,
so
both players there, like, I think Fatal really kind of showing, like, a lot of growth over the course of this season, I think. Like, I don't know whose timing call it was to go Chuo special. But if Fatal was like, oh, I can do Chuo Special and be there in time for Shibuya Graph, that is so impressive. Like, that's something top-level players struggle with. The timing there was really excellent from Fatal Fatale, and I mean, Ace getting just the great execution on that Shibuya Graph to barely keep them in the game, right behind Puma, and Fatal just coming in for the layup. Like, excellent job. Like, scoring a bunch of points in Shibuya, and there's in Shibuya for the entire game, and single-handedly wins.
Yeah. It's impressive because
Let's see this next board.
I still underestimate Miss and Fatal Rock, but I do feel like there's plenty of strengths on both teams, but I think Fatal Fatale's biggest strength is Ace has half a decade of bingo strategy in her head that she'll just pull upon.
It's true.
It works. You know, it's easy to underestimate a team where it's like you've got a new player, but no, it's if you have the right strategy, you know your teammates' strengths, you send them to the right spots. It just works, in the words of Todd Howard.
We're waiting on a kill combo from Fatal Fatale. But we have our special treat of the game. What might be one of the first 5 graffiti boards.
Oh yeah, I did ask for one of these. Yeah. So I think we all know grand finals, especially. We do a bit of board concoction here.
Yeah.
And I very specifically said, can we just have a board with as many graffitis as you'd allow? And Tunga was like, I'll give you 5 graffiti. I was like, yeah, let's see what happens. This is gonna be fun. It's awful. Look at this. If Puma can get through here, I think it's a good time for a break, because this is going to be a gauntlet. You got to figure out when you're going to do the graffitis. You got to get your board control in there. There's going to be so much going on, and I like how the graffitis are kind of just perfectly, like it's like a throwing star of graffitis if you draw lines between them.
Yeah, I think the cherry on top of this board is that we have 5 defaults. 2 of them are in Kibo. It's just, I am really, really curious to see how this board ends up shaking up, because we have 2 pretty fast boards in Sky Dino and Bottom Point, both of them fairly challenging for, like in terms of movement. It has some tricky movement sections that can end up tripping you up. We have RDH Graph, which is, pretty short if you co-op it, but alone it can take 4 or 5 minutes. And then we have Kibo Hikage, 2 of the longest squares in the game. So I'm really interested to see what the early game strategy here is going to look like, and it looks like Puma is splitting Shibuya and Darkside. Fatale is going double Shibuya. Oh my god, this is not what I thought would happen.
Right, so what's everyone doing? We've got tape from John. Meanwhile,
straight tape into Hikage
top of
for
burst
Fatal.
for me.
Yep. You see Hikage crane.
Misk, solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I do kind of like the dark side Shibuya split a little bit more. Like, dark side is not bad here, and if you can really play your cards right, get an early, or at least go even in the early game, these graffitis, you gotta do them early. Yeah, I think risking even just a little bit of time to some of the slower squares on this board is really risking you just falling behind and being unable to catch up by losing these graffitis really early. So I'd really love to see some early graffitis, and if Miss is uncontested and they know their co-op in Shibuya, honestly, Sky Dino now.
Ooh.
I wouldn't
Delicious.
hate it. I would love to see Misk go straight to Sky Dino. Seen some Xbox frame rates from Ace 7th Ace. That's my goat. But yeah, I mean, kind of a calm point after such a hectic opening. We're gonna see Ace starting RDH Graph. That's my goat, dude. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
I love this play.
Interesting.
And John into Kibo. I absolutely love this play from 7th Ace. Starting the kind of medium length graffiti here, like completely uncontested. There aren't that many good points in Kogane, other than the two that John's going for now, Kibo. I would love to see a RDH partial into bottom point or something. Get some extra spice on it. Clean boogie wall.
I
from,
feel like John
John.
was going for something wacky there. But yeah, clean. Ooh.
He found some tech today, and I'm sure he's really wanting to use it. But not this board, maybe. We'll see.
It's like back when I played, I'd always try and go for Kigo Mega just for the fun of it. Like, throw the game, but if I ever got it once in a bingo match, it would be legendary. Yeah, like...
I say for the fans as if you're not the only fan of Kigo Mega. Like, I don't know.
Kigo Mega in a bingo match would be, like, legendary.
It would go hard. I can't lie.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those matches where it's just like, I can't mentally figure out what team has the advantage just because everyone's doing different things. And I think that might be the most impressive part of this board so far.
Yeah, everyone doing different things. I can't say I'm too shocked. It feels really risky to go head-to-head on this board. But we'll see. It's time for Fatal Rock to pivot to some other area. We'll see what area that is. Looks like it's going to be Dark Side, covering their bases, I suppose. Yeah, and John's going to enter bottom point, which is going to give him 4 points with special and bottom point graph. This is where I think positional play is really important, where you really want to be where the next points will matter. Misk, please get a health can. Thank you.
Misk got a health can. Yeah. Calm down. We're good. We're good.
I was scared. I saw 1 health. My fault.
That would have been insane if Misk went for a death warp on 1 health, though.
Yeah, it
legendary grand final moment, like the Suez Climb incident.
Yeah, for sure.
Could be the only grand finals moment to rival that. Ooh.
It looks like Fatal's gonna pick up SCPP tape, and this is interesting just because Misk is doing tricks and misses. Misses the rail. Tough. Please do the backup. No, do the backup, man, please. No, he doesn't know the backup. He doesn't know the backup. No.
Meanwhile, Fatal Rock is unlocking tricks.
This is an interesting tricks unlock. But there it is. Unlocks it.
Well, it wasn't like...
Hell, maybe... If Fatal wins this,
Am I going insane?
It's gonna be really funny. And the tricks unlock, why not? While you're at it. No, it's a weird unlock. See, this is the fun thing about new players, is that they always got some bullshit.
Never let them know your next move.
Exactly. Kids these days, I swear to God. Look,
Ooh, Fatal.
If Fatal, buddy. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Misk, unfortunately, gonna take this tricks win. Yeah, I mean, unless he falls here.
I mean, it was painful, but come on.
Unfortunately for Fatal, I mean, but that was much closer than it should have been, realistically.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a race to points.
This
Ooh.
Fatal should be ahead, all things considered.
Oh, yeah.
With the pre-unlock. This is...
Misk not get
I cannot
points
believe
unlocked?
we're gonna say it. We might see another 2 bingo game. Look at these 2 columns.
Ooh. I want to see a 2 bingo game, just so I see 20 to win. Is that Onion got missed? Oh no!
How do you miss Onion?
It's
I'm
gonna
sorry,
be costly.
Unfortunate miss of Onion from Fatal there.
Might not matter. Looks like Misk is going in a different direction. Ooh, oh. I thought Fatal was about to miss it again. I was very, very scared. Yeah, I'm not sure where Misk is going. Oh, Fatal, careful. What is going on?
They're freestyling in the skyscraper district. Leave them alone.
True. Who am I to disrespect freestyling in the skyscraper district? But Misk is ahead.
Okay.
What?
Goes.
Yeah, that looks good.
Gets the better cycle. Damn, and that's gonna be the bingo threat from Fatal Fatale. Locked in or blocked. That's really tragic. And now this is gonna be them put on quite a rough back foot, honestly. Who cares about actual gameplay? I'm trying to see some crazy stuff. That's what I'm saying, Van. Yeah, I mean, this is really unfortunate. I wouldn't be surprised to see John just go clear out the rest of Kogane. Probably not Kibo yet, admittedly. But, you know, it's funny. This is the part of the game where usually clean over the little catwalk there in sewers. That's funny. This is the part of the game usually where you're thinking about win conditions, you're thinking about how to lock in the final points you need, but like 8 points? Your ass is gonna plan out 8 whole points? Really?
Yeah, like 2 graffitis left on the board, one of them being significant somewhat for a bingo threat. It's, you know, it's a lot to think about. Alongside all the other just regular squares.
What I'd really love to see here is Puma literally just win with Sky Dino Graph, Kibo Graph, and that bingo. Unfortunately, Misk having a few can issues. But, you know, those 2 graffitis of the utmost importance right now, I would say. Could single-handedly win Puma the game. Nice little tricks unlocked from John there.
Yeah. And Ace is going to know
Not
very
doing
shortly
climb,
what John's working on, which kind of puts Kibo in the spotlight from where Ace is.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I would...
No other real option if you're going to go deeper.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see...
Weird Camp?
You know, Ace Kibo, and what do you know? What are we going to see? Ace Kibo. I don't think John sprayed anything when he was in here earlier. So shut up. You know, the playing field is going to be even, but Ace is going to get out quite a fair bit ahead, especially if John commits for Sewer's points, which it doesn't look like he is. This is going to be a Kibo graffiti race. How interesting.
It's interesting, and yeah, you're right. Looks like 0 sprays in Kibo. So let's kind of take stock of what we got here, because we're going to see a lot of stuff going on before points really start being marked. We've got Fatal in Highway 0, so that's what, F5, and then
70?
Places that they could go. I mean, Tricks 2070 as well. There is stuff to get. It looks like Fatal might be struggling a bit to get Trick 70 unlocked, which is not a good time for it, but if you're not like prepared to do all the speed management here, this can be an absolute vicious unlock to get. Meanwhile, obviously, Ace and John are doing the whole Kibo graffiti. Very important for, I suppose, both teams with the bingo threat. but particularly Fatal Fatale with the point situation right now. Misk is going to almost certainly get Skydiner Graffiti and points 10k. There's a lot going on, and I think right now we've got to hope that, well, I say we, Ace has got to hope that she can get this square, because if John marks it, then it is looking dire, I think is the best way I can put it.
It'd be bad. Ace has to win this Kibo square in order for the game to even have a chance. Because the only other situation where like Kibo doesn't super matter is in the case of Fatal just scoring enough to get them by. But like Kibo is by far the most important square on the board. Ace is back alive. No one panic.
Ace is splicing.
Yeah. It's interesting here. John has taken a bit of an early deficit. Some, I think, weird, uncharacteristic movement mistakes in the start of the route here. And despite the advantage, this is still really close for them between the two.
It's neck and neck. I'm wondering what's the spray difference is. Oh, I guess the one at the very start of the level. Yeah, that's not an insignificant spray, but it's pretty impressive that John's kind of neck and neck with Ace's route currently. Maybe even pulling out a bit ahead if you ignore kind of that one spray, which it may come down to that one spray. It's all going to come down to, I say that, movement mistakes are obviously going to be huge, but it's all kind of, it's interesting just how close they are to one another. Kind of any minor mistake from either side is going to swing this back and forth like a pendulum.
Yeah, I mean, John had some interesting movement mistakes, and then pulled a bit ahead. It looks like, according to the graffiti counter, though, Ace might be further along than we think. 29 out of 52, compared to John just now hitting 27. So it might just be stream delay.
Yeah.
Either way, this race is heating up. Kibo races like this always really, really tough. Especially like from a player perspective, this is nerve-wracking. Players have been disappeared for days on end, right?
Okay.
And
looks like we've got a more up-to-date Ace cam as well. So yeah, this is a pretty sizable gap.
Mm-hmm. The issue here is, if you're looking at the other players other than the Kibo players, of course, it's John losing this would spell disaster for Team Puma. It would almost single-handedly close out the game. They need 3 points to win. Their only 3 points remaining are either of the graffitis or the 3 souls left on the board. If John loses Kibo, which God forbid, we want to see more bingo, of course. I'm biased, but
I would love to see more
it's
bingo.
looking like Ace has a healthy lead right now. We'll see if she can keep it.
It's tightening up again.
Oh, I just had to say something, didn't I?
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Okay.
It is so close. Oh my god.
I feel like I can't comment on how the game looks until that square is marked.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop
square.
speaking. I am terrified.
This is vital. Can Puma claw their way to victory here? Okay, what's left? Oh, is it just those sprays? Oh wait, there's one down here. Okay. Or I'll say 1, 2 down here. So yeah, it looks like John is ahead. Oh, and the 2. No, John does have that spray at the very start. It was just the stream delay that was messing you up.
He does.
So,
Yep.
So it looks like
this might be
I don't see how
Puma's
John
game
can flub
right
this,
here,
right?
right now. And it goes
really well fought.
to Puma.
Puma.
Oh my god.
by 9.903
I-
seconds.
Wow.
Game 4.
That
Let's
was
go.
really, really fucking cool.
That was dicey. Like,
Oh my god. I'm speechless. I don't have a speech.
that does seem to be what speechless may imply.
Yeah, of
No
course.
speech.
This really, to me, like, beyond Kibo, you know, looking back a bit, like, of course, Kibo race. Oh my lord. This honestly came down to Sky Dino going uncontested for as long as it did. Like, Misk did not have the cleanest route. You know, gotta hand it to him. Sky Dino's really hard. It's really easy to not have a clean Sky Dino route, as any bingo player knows. But didn't have the cleanest Sky Dino route. I feel like if Fatal goes into Sky Dino instead of Highway Zero, it might be a lot different of a game that we see. You know, if Fatal executes it well, it'd be a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a janitor's mess to clean up afterwards, but it might have gone differently. And, you know, bingo's always fun because of these what ifs, because if Sky Dino gets marked by by Fatale, what happens to Keep? But what happens to Kage? What happens to the rest of those squares? It gets, I don't know. It gets real fun. But Lord, what a game.
Question is, what if Puma wins this game? That's the best what if. And we'll find out the answer to that in a minute's time. And potentially around about 15 minutes. Or maybe 10 minutes, between 10 and 15. This is a quicker board. I like this. We've got
Damn, our players really are just like, no break for me. I'm gaming. I'm locked in.
I'm crying. We got some stuff if they did take a break that we're just not going to show now because they're too locked in. Tragic.
SMH. Yeah, so this board is quite balanced. Tin Kogane, Tin Shibuya, and 8 in Benton. Benton a little bit tougher, just because some not great board control. However, each area in Benton, it's all really fast squares, other than Soda. Everything in Benton is pretty fast, other than Soda and Trix 40, I suppose. And they're all pretty grouped together. Otherwise, pretty standard affair for a bingo board. Nothing too special. Hikage pretty strong. Kogane generally pretty strong. Bottom point in specific, very, very good. So I'm interested to see what players will be doing, and it looks
Here
like
we go. This is what I was waiting
it
for.
looks like we're gonna have a bit of a snipe fest. Both new players are taking on their more skilled opponent in the area they're in.
Come on, please,
This
more
is gonna-
experienced opponent.
Of course. It is going to be. This is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see who cannot lose.
Who can lose
There's
the
our
least?
first snipe of this game. Misk losing out on Air 4. Sniped by what is that? Second? Less under a second? Oh boy.
When?
Gonna lose to a wall ride to dark
is
as well.
Who's gonna cut his lost? No, Misk just cutting losses. Going, I'm not playing
Misk
this
is
game.
leaving Benton. Oh my god, Mogged. Sorry, Aura Mogged. That's crazy. Sorry. my
Ace's
bad.
aura's just too strong here.
The whole. Oh, and Ace is leaving too. Chasing the
Oh
prey
my
down.
God.
Oh my lord.
Which one of them's the Puma?
Yeah, I mean, Puma's running like a little bitch. Sorry, that was toxic.
Whoa!
Whoa. Anyways.
Where's my water bottle?
No, just below the dog whistle. It's fine. I'll chill.
Calm down. Right,
This is the shovel I expected. Yeah. of course.
Misk does have a very strong advantage to anything in Shibuya Cho. But first action that will be taken, Ace will be hot on Misk's heels. So with Shibuya Air 3, Ace knows what's up and can pivot from there, which is insane to me. Looks like Ace opting to go Chuo versus the Dogen Graffiti. That must be what Misk is going for. See, I think Chuo into Hikage is better. Like 3 points versus
check.
all those squares.
That is Hikage Street. Ace is in Hikage Street.
Oh wow, yeah, okay. I thought Chuo or Hikage. That doesn't change what I said. Chuo Hikage is a lot better than Dogen Graffiti.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel pretty mixed on. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe, maybe Fatal is busy getting kind of boomed in bottom point, and it makes Dogen a little bit better because were you really gonna win Hikage anyways? That's my goat, baby.
I mean, 1 point is better than no points. Getting sniped to everything sucks. Getting sniped to 2 things is not too bad.
I mean, honestly, the fear here for me is board control. It's gonna spiral out of control really fast with Hikage threatening both of the rows. Row 2 and row 4, potentially threatening some of that column 5. With Fatal leaving Kogane, our bottom point, we might see him leave Kogane entirely and try to go for one of these bingo threats. Sewers Grind 10 is a pretty good square right now, all things considered. So I'd be really curious if Fatal ends up, what Fatal's decision here is going to be given their board control. And it looks like Ace is just going to leave points and special on the board. Don't care about those, and leave Chuo. Gonna go straight to dark side. Fatal into FRZ. Interesting.
I wonder if there's a bit of a bait going on here.
They're going for the
Bingo.
row 5. Yeah, Clipsol. Oh boy. This is a really potent threat, kind of baiting John into doing Sewer's Grind so Fatal can get out ahead to Clipsol. Very, very impressive decision from Team Fatal Fatale. And Ace has the tricks, has the tape, and is gonna unlock tricks in light side? Hello? What? Is this a thing people do, or is this Ace special
it's
nonsense?
It's convenient because Ace has to go out, so getting it on the way in, it's kind of a logical
100%. That was a very clean unlock.
Ace has time because that is Dogen Graffiti's just been marked, so
yeah,
John's not going to be the one to chase down
bingo's
Sky
gonna
Dino.
go to them.
Yeah, there's no stopping this train unless Ace, I don't know, Roach Xbox.
Well, I have bad news. She's on emulator, I believe. But
This
maybe
is
there's
why
a
we need
roach
to
in her
unmerge.
PC.
Yeah.
Look,
no roaches.
there are animals that can do things to your computers. Don't ask me how I know. I have trauma.
Okay. Wonderful.
But maybe a little mouse crawling up in there eating all the wires. Where does Ace live again? It's not New York, so I'm sure she doesn't have to worry about mice.
Ace lives in Bingo City, is what I'm gonna say.
True. And
bingo is
something really nice here. Yeah, the bingo's solidly in Fatal Fatale's favor. However, John immediately just pivoting to Sewer's Graffiti, and I think that this choice is potentially very good. Unfortunately, Fatal kind of outplaying Misk here a little bit, choosing to clean up Hikage Street instead of going for the Chuo souls. And suddenly, I think, and this is, bold words coming from me, of course, because I love committing to graffitis super early, way earlier than they need to be committed to. But I do think Fatal Fatale not committing to those graffitis as early as Puma chose to really working out in their favor. I think the early graffiti calls here kind of putting Team Puma on the back foot as I think for one of the first times in this game since the very start, Team Fatal Fatale is pulling a lead.
I think the big thing as well for Fatal Fatale is, John's working on that graffiti, but I think the huge thing is Ace wrapping up a bingo in Darkside where there are more points to be gained. Platform near starting spot. Is Ace just gonna go straight to Highway 0 because there's just gonna be an assumption that someone's gonna do Sky Dino?
I mean, it's a smart play. It is pretty smart. Also, I do want to call out to the fact that I think saw the Chuo sewer for the first time ever in a bingo match. I don't think I've ever seen someone go through that, and honestly, good on Misk. I'm proud of you for not doing things that you can't do consistently. Good decision.
Shouts to Chuo sewer.
We had a special guest appearance. I wanted to make sure everyone was aware.
We all like our small things in Jet Set Radio Future.
Sure.
And that is Fatal finishing Hikage, I believe. Yep. So,
Hikage's done.
Go next. There's not really.
Oh.
The Crocodile Heights.
Yeah,
maybe?
Not a lot of good choices. RDH isn't a bad play considering John is actually leaving to Darkside, I think. Very smart call here from John to partial sewers. I don't know how good it is, if I'm being honest. It might honestly just be too little too late at this point for Team Puma. The bingo really just well executed.
Yeah. We're in a 4 points to win situation. If Fatal Fatale can grab these, any combination of 3 squares from Highway 0 or Sky Dino, this is good. Presumably, if Ace has sent Fatal Rock to get the tape in Crocodile Heights, that's fine. That's a small setback. And Fatal obviously definitely has the lead on Misk, if Misk is going to RDH next. And John only just getting into Highway 0.
I mean, if John just immediately goes Soda, this could be good.
Even then, I think Ace has the lead to Soda, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. Look at that boost. The can. Oh, never mind. It's such a quick frame boost. Never mind. Okay, I'll pipe down. My gig.
Damn, Shorty. Okay.
Oh, they're entering at the same time because Ace had a little bit of a movement scuffle, but John has better cans. This is probably gonna go to John.
Yeah, I mean it's neck and neck.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Misk is
ahead.
going into Darkside. Misk's in Darkside right now. What? Oh man.
Sky Dino, presumably, but with Crocodile Heights being uncontested.
Why? Kogane wins for them. Oh man.
No. Well, here's the thing, right? I guess the other thing is, Fatal. What's going on here, Fatal?
Where's
Tricks 35? Where's the door hole?
How close is this?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
With Fatal Rock, even if John gets this square and Miss gets the other, Fatal Rock, bottom point cube.
Yep. Yeah.
The nail appears to be ready to be hammered in.
Yeah. Ace just laid down the nail with Highway 0. Fatal's gonna go to cube and put it in the coffin, and that's gonna be your grand finals champion. I mean, unless you game over in bottom point, I guess. Yeah.
Fatal could explode. I don't know.
That.
But just the mad scramble now. 1 point to win. It's just where's? Okay, Misk's leaving, so I think Ace can get Sky Dino for all we know. I guess John does have the advantage to Sky Dino.
Nah, John's gonna do a perfect starting spiral, and
Fatal?
Ace is just gonna go sewers. Watch this.
Uh-oh.
John is leaving Darkside. What?
What is going on?
Fatal is in sewers! Well, okay.
Okay, we know
at least
someone's
Ace
going
is
for a
winning.
square.
Yeah, what?
Baffled.
I don't know, man. Okay, whatever. Ace, congrats on winning. Sky Dino starting spiral. Why didn't John just go starting spiral? Oh
I'm
man,
so
nice. Well,
confused.
I have a question in the interview, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
don't.
here
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. Yeah. Way.
And
that is
boom, that is
game.
the game. And that is, say it with me, Bats, your Bingo Grand Finals champions. Okay, I'll go fuck myself.
And that is the Bingo Grand Finals champions. Oh, sorry, I got a bit of lag on you there. Did we time it? Well, did we get
I'm
it?
sure they sounded fine on stream. Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, congrats to Fatale. What a series, honestly. Like, that was really anyone's game for, like, all three of those boards, the majority of the game, until the very last square was marked. Really just two very exceptionally close teams. And I think, you know, it really goes to show, like, these two teams very much deserved to be in grand finals here.
Absolutely.
Ace, one of the best shot callers in Bingo history, arguably the best, but you know, maybe some people have objections. Look, Phospho Hydro strategy, pretty good, but teamed with someone who has put in just an immense amount of work and is really just punching up, I would say, honestly, is kind of the phrase that describes Fatal. You know, able to really punch up at some opponents that have, you know, hours and hours of experience on him. Just very, very impressive from Fatale. And what do you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say this up
our
front.
players.
Congratulations to Fatal Fatales, but I just want to highlight just the growth from both Fatal and Mist this season has been phenomenal to see.
100%.
Getting to see them both play in the grand finals, you know, two teams with, like, you know, a bingo titan, let's say, because, you know, Ace and John have been brilliant at bingo, and a newer player, and seeing them get to grow over the season has been absolutely phenomenal. We've got Misk and John as well in right now as well, so well, I'm sure you've got plenty of questions, Shuffle. Go ahead.
GG's, folks.
Please. Yeah, get your GGs out. Any words that y'all want to say?
Arfarf GG's? I don't know.
Okay, hold on, pause. That's too far, man. That's too far. Pause. Yo, time out on hate, guys. What the hell? I'm distraught.
Perfect.
You know what? I'm proud of you on your transition to dog. How about that?
I wanted to play pots at the last game, but Ace told me not to do.
No, that's their branding.
BM.
Hey, hop off my go. You don't even have my custom pots, which no one has mentioned a single game I've played, by the way. What the hell are we doing here at JSRF Bingo? Anyways.
Did you know Shovel had a custom pots?
Wow,
I had
that
one
would be
for the
really
entire
cool if we
season.
saw that.
Shut the fuck.
Oh, well.
Sorry. I'm normal.
DG.
Congrats on your win, Fatale. Very well fought, and yeah, I mean, that was just a wild series of games. Just off the bat, like, y'all, everyone in this series played really, really well. Like, just off the bat, the decision making, like, I said this after game one, because game one was just you know, a little bit nutty. The decision making, I think the skill ceiling is just, I don't even know if it's anywhere close to being hit yet. You know, like this, I feel like this game really does have quite unlimited possibilities. But it's just every season it grows tenfold, and people like Ace and John being able to teach our new players, one of which is now a grand final or a grand champion, I think is really a test of or a testament to how far this game has come. So just off the bat, very well played that entire season, y'all.
I've got to ask, right? This is going to be a very pointed question, right? Ace, how do you feel after so many seasons of being?
Look,
this
was guaranteed. The scriptwriters already had 7th Ace winning in season 7. This was a foregone conclusion.
Dude.
Oh,
I didn't think about that.
To put it in terms that John would appreciate, cheesing out of my mind right now. It has been 6 seasons and functionally 4 grand finals, all of which I have played 19 grand finals games at this point. It feels real nice to get back on and say I'm not a 1 season done. As far as that, I'm thrilled, and I'm really happy just for myself and especially for Fatale as well, who's put in a genuinely impressive amount of time into this game.
Yeah, I trained a lot, but
absolutely.
A lot of people taught me a lot. Like even you, Shovel, everybody taught me a lot. So yeah, this win is not mine. Like it's all yours. Like yeah,
the real grand champions were the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. I want to point out something and get a little bit of maybe some glazing a little bit. The other day I was wishing Fatale good luck on this very grand finals, and I just want to say just flat out Fatale, you are by far way better than you give yourself credit for. The entire season we've all been memeing on you because you're just a funny guy to meme on, right? You can take a joke. Yeah. Thank God you can take a joke. But I mean, that Suez exit game 1 was pretty memeable. That's true. But despite all the jokes and shit, genuinely, I think Fatale, you have a very bright future in this game if you keep with it, and I hope you do. It's always great. Bingo is one of the special things, just in terms of seeing these new people who've barely touched the game even. Fatale missed me last season. Me and Vane both last season were brand new, and next season we come back and we get BTFO'd by a new player. I think it's a real testament to the work the Bingo Wizards have been putting in behind the scenes and stuff, that we get new players every season. And both of you and Misk, I think y'all played so far out of what my expectations were as someone who was in your shoes last season. I am very deeply impressed, and I hope that both of you can stick with this game. Hopefully we'll see you next season, of course. Who knows? But just exceptional growth for both of you. I want to. It is really surprising to me as someone who had really no read on what this season was going to be like, that we had 2 new players entering into grand finals. That was completely unexpected from me, and is a testament to the work you guys have put in. And now I've said that word 3 times, and I will stop saying it. But
maybe say it one last time.
Yo,
do we? Of course. Do we want to go over some of those games, or what? Do we just want to be happy, or do we want to talk about some damn pinball? Or pinball. Oh my God, Ace Bats, I hate you. Stop typing in chat, please. It's a damn bingo.
I want to know, how close was Chuo Grind at the end of game 1?
It wasn't. I believe one of them. One of the players on Puma was just a bit too far behind. I believe it was Misk.
Okay.
From doing one of the dark side goals. It wasn't
If I
super
remember
close. It
correctly,
wasn't like
you had
the
tape.
farthest. Yeah.
I think Ace, you had tape by the time Mist
Yeah.
was the first one on Puma to get into Chuo.
Oh,
And by that point, I believe
Okay.
Fatal was already on the way to the soul that was going to be unlocked.
Yeah.
So it was
Okay.
you had a pretty
Yeah.
solid lead.
Okay.
Just based on the co-op as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying as I ran out, I was like, nobody can beat me there. But then I was like, what if they co-op it? Maybe it's not the first person there, but rather the last person there that will determine it. So that was what I was considering. So it was
last game. 99th.
Yeah.
That was a scary game.
When
With the 1 point to win. Like,
Yeah, it was.
oh my god. Yeah, so
I didn't even see that second bingo. I was panicking.
Yeah, I
That's
had
the
to
second
point
bingo?
out that the points to win would increase on
Oh.
the first board. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Sure
because
wouldn't
Ace
think
was
to say
calling the.
bingo until the 5th time.
Okay, look. Bats was like, "Oh, this game is Puma's win," and then I was like, the sewer special question mark. It was a good time. The game one,
Yeah.
genuine all timer. Like that was a wild game.
I mean, game one had
I
a
do-
traded bingo. I love traded bingo
Yeah.
games.
Yeah,
They're
it's
so
really cool. Okay. I want to know, because we have no idea what you're saying in your little team chats when you're playing games, of course. What was the reaction to the 5 graffiti board?
I called it a 4 graffiti board, and then I said, "Oh, it's a 5 graffiti board. Oh, I hate this." So well done, Bats.
How did you know?
Because Twinkachu put it in chat and said, "Blame Bats for this."
Oh, yeah, they did do that. Yeah, that was my fault. Tee.
Well done.
Just be
It
glad
was a
like,
fun
I
board.
couldn't
I thought
twist
it was
their
cool.
arm further.
It was just really hard.
Yeah. Game 3 was also like low-key an all-timer for me. Just because of the Kibo graffiti race. It was so back and forth. Ace, I believe you entered with about 30, maybe 25 seconds of advantage over John. And John,
Yeah.
you just managed to scrape those seconds out.
I will say, I mean, John's fucking godly at graffiti races. He's crazy
Of course.
good. But also, I entered with like 10 cans. So I ended up having to alternate my beginning route to cover for, not having cans. So that's where a lot of that time went. But yeah, otherwise I thought it was very good. Once you get to like those first tunnels, I think it probably was very, very close from there.
It was close the entire time. You had a small breakaway out of Green Tunnel. The thing that actually lost you the square was falling off of the wire on the medium in the tower at the end.
I messed it
Yeah,
up in
it was
practice
close.
too.
It genuinely would have been about a second if you hadn't fallen.
Yeah.
So it was really close the entire way through.
Yep.
That Kibo graffiti race, I had to catch my breath after. I was like, whoever wins this wins the game, and it just traded back and forth. I needed a moment, and then you guys didn't take a break, and that was really disrespectful to me, the commentator who's not playing.
Just
But,
bingo wizards.
yeah, I mean-
that we wanted to do in the break. Tee.
That's true. I
fine.
mean,
I'm fine.
yeah, it's never too late. We could go. It's never too late. We can take a break.
Yeah, be up right now, and then we'll do the outro.
But yeah, I mean, I really don't have any questions. I personally, I feel like a lot of the gameplay kind of spoke for itself. There were some decisions I was like, I'm curious what the decision making behind this was or whatnot. But
Love
I
that.
mean, it
That's
just-
the commentator's way of saying, "What the hell are you doing?"
yeah, of course.
love it.
I think the only real thing was first game. I'm curious on Team Puma's side, whose call was it to have Misk fully commit to RDH Graph? Because there was a point at which Misk, it looked like you were going to double back out to sewers, and then you turned around and sprayed the rest of the graffiti. So I'm curious what the decision was there.
Oh, let me think. That was a while ago.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it was like an hour ago. I'm sorry. I know.
I think the
Maybe you get-
square there was sewer special at the time, and I told John I am not confident in sewer special, and John just said, "Okay, let's do RDH graffiti." Which, yeah, I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, I mean, I said on comms I really liked the early RDH. I remember that first board being pretty evil. I'm not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
I personally I vibe with early graffiti. Well known if you watched Bark at the Mailman set. So I liked it. I liked it. I was just curious about the double back, but yeah, I mean, I really have nothing else to say personally. If Bats, you have anything you wanna add?
No, I'm still kind of reeling from some of those games. Like, just well played all around. I feel like it doesn't need to be said, but like, absolutely well done again to Fatal and Misk and John and Ace. All of you played really, really well.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Really
really the
appreciate
least
the
we can
games,
ask
John.
for is like bingo wizards. We want to have a good grand finals, and we can't have that without good players. So absolutely well done to everyone involved.
Percent.
Yeah.
And assuming
Yeah,
no one else
John,
has any
I mean,
questions, I would
appreciate
just.
I was just gonna say, I mean, thanks for the games, John. The play throughout the season, it was really enjoyable, and you've genuinely pushed me to actually move well, because you are kicking my butt too much. You are just a menace to deal with as far as just getting to squares so well.
130 any percent next to 7th phase?
Never catch me resetting a cucumber. Oh. That's a good joke, though.
Come on, we need a
I'm sure you'll
special
get-
stream where you try to get a better any percent time. A stream doesn't end until I PB in any percent. Click now, JSR 25. Sorry, Yaya.
Oh my God.
SR 25 in 12 hours. Anyway. Anyway.
Look,
Assuming there's
Yayo
nothing
didn't
else-
join the season. I can clown on him. We'll see him season 8, I'm sure.
today. Oof.
Sorry, I apologize. It's all jokes. This community is awesome, and I love JSRF Bingo. I love the Bingo Wizards. I love all the players. Yeah. It's all jokes. Nothing is serious.
On
right.
that note, assuming no one's got anything else they want to say, I'm going to hand it over to Twinkachu for some final words. But before I do that, obviously, I'm a big fan of all the Bingo Wizards, but huge shout-outs to Twinkachu for putting this all together, cracking the whip, making sure we all get our stuff done on our end, because
Damn.
there's a lot of moving parts every season, and I feel like this one more than any other.
For this one, for sure.
Yeah, keeping everything in check, keeping the players organised to the best of their abilities. I just want to give massive shout outs to Twinkachu. Where's the applause in the Discord soundboard? There we go.
Don't you fucking dare.
Oh my god. And I'm the problem on this comms duo. What?
Oh my god, Bats.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Alright, well, on that terrible
Get this
note,
British out of here.
here wait, I got music for this. Okay, I have so many people to thank for making this happen. Everyone else already said this, but thank you everyone for playing. Congrats again to our winners. Special shoutouts to our new players. We're so glad you're here. It's so crazy to have both new players make it to finals. Oh my god, that's insane. Thank you everyone who donated on Ko-Fi. Thank you for helping us overproduce this tournament for the rest of time. Thank you to everyone who helped make our streams happen, everyone who commentated. Special thank you, Nay, for helping with stream tech. We couldn't do it without all of the help from the whole community. Shoutouts to Chase Beck, who is our voice of DJK, who you have heard all season long. Genuinely such a fun thing to get to work with. Yeah, check him out. He's cool. Thank you, everyone who contributed music for this season. Doing all of the music is a lot of work, and getting to split it up is super helpful. So thank you, Ekla, who made the mix that you just heard. Thank you, Nay. Thank you, Miku, and thank you, Mossrock/Limey. You guys killed it. Thank you, Kev, for all of the development help with Automark and the board site and all of that. We have so much cool new tech this season that you got to see on stream, and lots of that is because of Kev. And then I can never thank the wizards enough, but I'm gonna try. Thank you, Acebats, for coordinating pinball, doing all sorts of random assorted video editing, and your general shenanigans, and also recording intros for literally every match despite being on vacation for half of the season. You did not have to do that, and it was awesome. Thank you, Ekla, for making our streams look awesome and designing a million random graphics, some of which stream got to see and some of which stream didn't even get to see. But we have lots of cool things, and it's because Ekla is so talented. Thank you, Ace, for all of the production work, making our entire stream back-end work, and making all of the cool interactive layout components that you've seen. And also, more importantly, thanks for doing all of the math for me on all of the bingo stuff. I think that's it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been so...
Thank you, Twink.
No, thanks. It's been so cool to do
Yeah,
this
hey,
again.
you don't get to get away with it.
I mean, Bats kind of did, but still another thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back at some point. We actually have some other stuff cooking that isn't another season that you'll get to see at some point sooner than next year. But then we'll be back with more bingo at some point in the future. Yay. And then last thing, Limey, friend of JSRF Bingo, is hosting an event right now, fundraising because he's moving across the country, and so we're gonna raid whoever is currently live in that. Does anyone else have things to say to stream before I do that, though?
I've got one kind of, for tradition's sake, I've got one thing to say before we close out.
Oh, hell
Right.
yes.
God, I'm prepared.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been a wonderful season. We'll see you next time. And remember, it doesn't matter if you don't know the lingo. You're always welcome at Jet Set Radio Future Bingo.
Oh my god, he said the thing. Let's go.
I honestly thought you were about to make fun of Bomber Cyberpunk. I'm not gonna lie.
We would never.
Oh yeah, check out BLC Bingo.
I think Shasta.
It's Helix live.
Lemmy told
for
me to
the
raid
raid train, by the
Shasta
way.
if he's live.
Shasta is just live streaming as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
we'll go to
specifically
Shasta.
told go
obey,
to Shasta
obey
first.
Mossrock.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you all. See you at some point.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
We're off.
End stream.